Now, when evaluating a location for long-term business and investment potential, what factors do you each prioritize? Because you both are invest property guys, so I'll start with Zed first. I would like to know your thoughts.
So what factors do I evaluate when it comes to investment decision, right? Oh, this can go for 2 hours.
You only have 1 minute.
Okay, all right, so I'll keep it brief, right? Sorry, I have to sift through 20 chapters in my head. So, okay, so long story short, it depends on at what stage of life I'm at and what am I looking for, right? If you talk to different people at different stages of life, they will have different answer, and all answers are right and wrong in their own rights. So I look at it, I'm a numbers guy. I used to crunch Excel financial modeling for a good 5 years myself, right? We look at 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So that's the way I look at it. 2% fixed deposit, 4% money market fund, 6% EPF return. Then 8, 10 is, US, S&P 500, etc., right? So it depends on what kind of returns I'm looking for and at what stage I am. So now I'm 30 already, married already have kids, there's dependents, parents are getting old. I used to be all in Tesla, Apple, stocks, all in very liquid. Again, it's not property, it's very liquid investments. But then again, the volatility is like what? I mean, Tesla, you all know what kind of volatility it brings. Well, now, plus 80% year over year. Anyway, so personally have shifted towards, less risk, more ETF, more indexes, but still I would say a bit more diversified, less risky, but still in equities term, in asset risk management term, is still on the riskier side because I'm still at the still pretty young, I guess. I'm 30, right?
Why do you look at them and then you say you're pretty young?
No offense. So I'm still looking for growth. So I have my business, it's bringing double, triple% returns, but I still want growth on my equities as well. I still got a lot of things that I want to achieve in life. So I guess it's more of what I want in life and then channel that into my active and passive income. So there you go.
Thank you. Now, just to share an interesting fact, because we just found out just now that actually Ziad owns a unit right here at IJM Rimbayu.
Can I add that this was not scripted at all? Like literally when the organizer approached me 2 weeks ago, I think Emily approached me with Pinn Yang, right? He said, like, bro, do you want to do this talk at Rimbayu? Then I'm like, okay. And then today I'm here. I told Jin just now, this is so damn weird, man. 2 years ago, I was here to buy property. Now, 2 years later, I'm here to give talk about these shop lots and stuff, right? Then I'm like, wow, a bit weird, that dynamics. So, but yeah, I'm getting my Avella VP next month.
Congratulations,
later we go
on
see
your
your
new
house,
house.
We go see your house.
I might invite Iherng over.
To do review. So now let's move on to Pinn Yang. I'm interested to what you think before we move on to our two property expert.
What I think when selecting a location.
Yes.
So as an entrepreneur, a businessman, my thinking is, how do I make more money using the dividend or profit that I make from my business? So I'm very straightforward. I buy to make money lah. So I buy to make money. That's a normal people think of it. So selection criteria will be who is the developer, because I believe a normal people like a property investor is I buy because of the branding, right? How can they take care of the property? I think it's very important. Secondly, who are the tenants? So I will ask, because I believe content very important, because the neighborhood will go around the shop lot, the neighborhood mall to spend. So I will ask the content. Who are there? Is there a gym? Is there a wellness? Because is there a pickleball court nearby? Because I play a lot of pickleball. That's my investment mentality. Then how much is the property, and how much can I rent? Is there someone that I can readily put aside? He can help me to do the renting for people. Is there any ready people can rent? That's my criteria. I'm a lifestyle person as well. I look at the surrounding as well. Look at the neighborhood surrounding. How much? Then I'll make consideration. If it's good, if I think it's good, then I will buy it. Because I talk to a lot of F&B owner. A lot of time, they say to me, actually, landlord earn the most. Because I talk to people, yeah, it's like that. It's regardless, they are bubble tea seller, they are happy potato, or they are their F&B is selling, because I work with a lot of F&B owner. They say our business actually the owner earn more. The yield is better than, because their yield they cannot justify by increasing their bubble tea pricing. They cannot increase that much. The consumer will ask them, why you increase 1 ringgit? They have to justify. But ourselves is we follow the market trend one ma. Somebody willing to pay, we increase the rent. So that's the mentality that I'm taking as the property investor, that use our hard-earned money lah.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Pinn Yang. Now let's hear it from the landlords. Yeah. Jin, you start first.
Okay, so for me personally, I think the demographics is one of the key factors when we invest into a location or a property itself. So I would give Rimbayu as an example. If you look at the surrounding vicinity, now you want to get a property over here, you can only meet people like Ziet, or the T20, the atas people already. Correct or not? Because this is an area, demographic-wise, is already of abundance of two things in my opinion. One of them is the abundance of time, because this place is far. That is a no cap one. It's like definitely you already know this place is a bit of a distance. Then the second part is about the audience that's already living or residing about this part over here in TPG. If you look at the demographics, predominantly the people that can afford a $1 million over dollar house, you're definitely up there lah. So I think the demographics plays a very important role. Then on top of that, because of how this structure is, TPG itself is not a one developer township. This is actually by 5 different developers. So when you look at it in totality, and you look at the sheer number of population within this vicinity itself, right, you can really tell that this place is going to be bustling in the future lah, despite the fact that it's far. Okay? For me personally, I came from Ampang. How many of y'all took 1 hour to come here? None of y'all. Hey, 1 hour, my team. One guy, okay, 1 hour because you're Wangsa Maju. See, we come from 50 minutes or 1 hour just to get to this location. Then the other people maybe 40, 30, 20 minutes, right? But it's also because of the accessibility of the highways and whatnot already established in this location. But when you look back in towards the vicinity of this area itself, the people over here are going to have some sort of need for commercial activities like this. So I think the demographics plays a super important role, and then also the infrastructure as well.
Okay, I can talk. Okay, whole day kena scolding ni. Okay, I think just to summarize, like developer, right? It's a very big statement, but what does it mean? Over here, we always look at pocket land versus master plan developers. What does it mean? Means I can build all the residential first, road first, school first, every other thing before I push a commercial. But if I'm just a pocket land developer, I only own this plot, I have no say on what's the neighboring plot, it's very challenging. You get what I mean? So why don't I just launch office first when the whole site is empty? Confirm die one ma. But at this point of time, when you look into the surrounding, all matured already, only this makes sense. The other part of it is they are actively trying to make this work. How? They hold 2 blocks all together. And that's the best part. As a developer, your nightmare will be when Sean becomes a developer. So it's why would I want to hold the 2 most premium ones when I can just rent out at the highest price? It's to give you guys ownership. So what will happen is, if a third party comes in to get the center block of the 2 block just now, I don't know whether you all got listened or not just now. 老师讲话有没有听? So if that 2 main blocks are by third parties, you have no controls really. Because in terms of strata rights, they are the big boys, man. They can change whatever they want to do. Not fair to everybody. So what to do? Developer hold. And holding here means financial power. And they are building across region, master plan. I think we kind of discussed about this before. We take master plan developer for granted one. Because here already got 5. The whole Pinn Yang, 2. And one is island, one is mainland. Different. So so we take this for granted because of its financial capabilities and execution. The next one is, you want to look at demographic and all, right? The more direct approach is to look at rental of the existing shop. If you're an investor today, this one can buy. I just walk opposite. Hey, uncle, this one you rent how much? Corner lot is about 20. I last heard it's 28. So you reverse calculate, if you buy today, does 28,000 per month make sense? And that if you're a business owner, you buy this, maybe my business want to expand here. That's plan B. Because you will need to pray hard, you outgrow the space first. You get what I mean?
You buy a small office and hoping 4 years come in, bro, 4 people only, right? So no point, right? So I'm more shortcut way. Don't have to go demographics, see how many people. This one is people like smart people do one, right? I go there, how much? Then I go my installment, how much? I just calculate like that. So it's a result of their research lah. So that's my point before I buy a commercial lot lah.
Okay, thank you so much, Sean. I'll give you a chance to talk more by asking you one more question. Spaces like Room and Iherng Rimbayu are designed with growth in mind. So how does a location like this play into business and investment strategies?
I go first?
Yes, you go first.
Okay. I got a lot of answer. Personally, I stay in Taman Sri Banjir. For those who know, it's Taman Sri Muda who flirt twice. And my house still there. So I don't know why my father don't want to sell. Okay, so because of that, my classmates all stay here. So here, it becomes that alternative for Sri Mudians. We call it Sri Mudians, it sounds good, but Sri Banjir sounds better. So here, now because of WCE highway, because of extension of road, this goes over to Jenjarum side. And Jenjarum is famous for two things only. Very rich people and how they are rich. So I don't mention the other one. So a lot of rich people, and when they hang out, they all come here. So I go Banting for Chinese orchestra one. Then when they, at night, right? Come here leh. I'm like, Banting, you want to come here and drink? Well, by the time I don't know how to go back. So that is also one of the behavior of a particular location. The beauty of real estate has always been different characteristic and culture in different location. You go to Publica, people spend differently one. Right, holding yoga pants, I don't know, they don't do yoga also. So okay, anyway, I got into trouble for that. But you come here, it's all different. You see a lot of people pushing strollers, people walking their dogs, early morning people jogging, right? Like, no need to work on me. Oh, no, it's Saturday doesn't need to work. So that's the thing. That's why I always encourage site walk and site visit first. And the best part is this is existing shop lots already done. I cannot bluff you the shop lot is packed. Cannot bluff them, right? So that is always what I do, and that very hard to describe culture and behavior of people, why people come here.
All right, thank you so much, Sean, for that. Now let's move on to the next question, because in the interest of time, we would like to reserve more for Q&A, which will be happening at the end of our fireside chat. Next question, for early stage investors or entrepreneurs, what should come first, property or financial instrument? Let's hear it from Ziad.
The early stage, like what, first 5 years working, 5-10 years, maybe aspiring to be a business owner. I guess I'm slightly over that stage, but still particularly at that stage. This is my probably 5th, 7th, 8th year working. 5 years as employee, 3 years as employer now. Obviously, the most politically correct answer is still your cash flow, your active income. I think before you even start any venture or anything, there's two parts that is very important. Your active income, which solves your cash flow, and also your technical skills, which can generate extra active income for you. So once that two is sort of settled down or get certain recognition or can yield certain value, that's where I would, not just start tinkering with the idea, but start working on a certain prototype, certain proposal, certain ways of starting an idea, right? For me back then when I started, I think it was pretty similar to Pinn Yang. COVID, I had no money. My dad is a primary school teacher, and then my mom is just a general admin clerk, right? So money wasn't a thing for me. Even my degree was fully funded by Whitetail Power, 5 years degree scholarship. Didn't have to pay a single cent.
That's why you stay there so long lah.
Yeah, I had to. But to be fair, guys, now that, my ESOS already expired, I can share. I got 150,000 units of shares at 57 cents.
Congratulations, now it's over 3 ringgit.
But you haven't heard the second part. The front part is a nice part, right? So if you go do some calculation, pre-tax, that's like what, 500,000 in profits. Pre-tax, right? Half or slightly above half, right? So I had to forfeit it once I quit the company, because it has to be vested through the next 5 years, right? So I had to choose 500,000 over 5 years, or my business as is growing. That time was like 2 people strong. Then I'm damn convicted. Malaysia's English financial literacy space is so limited. And then I had this idea of marrying the best of both worlds of the media, the traditional or digital media and the finance world. I mean, today my company, our company, Zip Media, I always tell people we are a media company, but we specialize in finance. How so, right? My SSM is registered as, media industry, right? But all my clients, the ones paying me, are financial institutions. So I'm like, am I like a, bank's promoter, or am I like a Astro Berhad media company? I'm like in between, right? But I guess that's the spirit of entrepreneur. You're trying to come up with something new, solve problems that people didn't know they needed, right? But obviously that was things that developed down the road. So long story short, the idea is you will never have that idea fully developed, right? On your first day or T-1, day 0, you have that full idea. Oh, I'm gonna revolutionize, pimple patch. So I create a dodo dot, things like that. It's very hard to have that idea unless you see that particular problems exist in, your surroundings so strong. That back then, the problem that I was trying to solve was, I didn't create video. I was just good at financial stuff. I'm an engineer, but I learned a lot in my market research inside the company. So my friend was asking me, hey, financial statement, how to read P&L, EBITDA, what things like that. So I started, teach 1 or 2 friends. Then my friend say, my friend, they also want to learn the same thing. So ask, become like 5-6 people asking already. So that time I was like, maybe you can charge a consultant fee, but never mind, just create free video, was very awkward. You can scroll through my social media, so bad. It took like 50 seconds of the video to produce. I took like 6 hours to record it. But then that was a venture, right? The idea is the prototype is always IT, it's always bad. Right? You will never know your journey until you go through it. And same goes today, right? Whenever my employee asks me or new interview applicants ask me, so what is your business vision? Then I'm like, dude, I hate that question so much. But long story short is, you will have that next 12, 24, 36 months, right? I think that is solid enough to have lay down the plans by months, right? But you will never have that full picture. So that is what I would tell myself, as an aspiring entrepreneur myself.
Okay, let's take 3 seconds to grieve for your 500,000 loss.
Yeah, I was consolidated. Hey, checking now. What one unique here already lah.
That's a process, right? I
Oh,
guess.
then I collect rental. Wow.
Yeah, that's the process. So, Sean, I would like to ask your point of view when it comes to early days entrepreneurs and investors. Which one should go first? I know your view definitely is property,
Yeah.
but tell us why.
When I was an employee, my income was as secured as the sunrise. I'm not saying sunrise is a company, you all go there. Oh, he worked with Monkera, is it? No. So at every 28, income will come in, So how do I maximize it? So I maximize security. I leverage Kaukau, right? Then I figure out the rest. So okay, this one he will bash. So we are from 2 different schools, one. So his one, wow, you see 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Until now I still don't understand. But to me is I only invest what I know, which is property. As long as got people pay my rent, I'm all good, right? So when I go first, second, third, so every year I buy one from when I was 23, 24, 25, 26. I keep working lah. So hoping, pray hard, I just don't screw up on my work lah. But when I want to venture into entrepreneurship, when I start the company again, then only I understand why they don't start it first. Because now if my tenant say, hey, I don't want to rent it next year, then you scared. Wow, I cannot eat, but I need to. So my house was empty, but all my rental units was very nice one. That's why my wife not very happy. Why your rental units all do nice, but your own house, wala one tila money. Because I need to preserve my cash for those just in case, That's the pain point of a property investor lah. But if you know how to do now after all the mistakes that I've done, you can actually own properties without a lot of capital outlay. And when you're in a good spot, like I do agree, if you start your journey like stocks first, liquidity should be your priority. But when liquidity, you don't even look at the right side of the menu already, right? Let's face it, a lot of people here don't look at the right side of the menu already, especially during bubble tea, right? Then you go, this is time to make your money grow faster. And to an extent, it's no longer growth already. Like you see, security, certainty, and the best one is property.
Rhymes, it rhymes.
I always wanted to be a rapper,
Right.
but no face for it. But so ultimately, everybody who makes money on stocks, makes money on crypto, makes money on whatever, Pokemon card, whatever, right? all call me one. Sean, I want to invest in property. Because now you can stomach 80% year on year, but the downside is also crazy, ma. They don't want to talk to you about it only, ma. Property, property, the other side is boring, but that's the beautiful part about it, right? So I can go on and on. So to me, it's now I'm heavy properties on credit. I loan as much as I can on, because it's bank's money, ma. On the other side, for my own capital, I'll go all crypto. So I'm on both sides of the spectrum, but the crypto side I cannot encourage a lot lah. So on the property side is, if you understand year on year growth, that is about 3 to 4%. How much our interest? 3 to 4%, right? So the money is free leh, and every month rental pay for you leh. Dosa tak beli. Okay, but on the good one lah, okay, on the good property that's why if you know how to game, like you ask me to buy Tesla stock, right? Until now I don't know how to buy one. Got M plus lah, got Mumu lah, got whatever, right? I know. But I don't even bother already. Yeah, so moving forward, every rich people I know, sure got allocation for property, right? Regardless of their source. Business people, ultimately you got money already, buy what? Dream home, lo? See property, ma? Yeah, that's why I'm so obsessed with it, lah. It's always the finale.
Yes, property is not only to make you rich, it's also to keep you rich. Now, Jean, I have a next question for you. So timing is everything in investing. So how do you evaluate when is the right time to make a move? Yeah. You may start when you are ready.
Trying to brain this is a very tough question, right? Timing is something that you can never predict accurately over the course of indefinite lah. If I could predict timing is when, I would buy Bitcoin back in the early days, dude. So I think timing comes hand in hand with the entire development itself. Now, as I mentioned earlier, TPG as a whole, you already know upfront that's 5 big players in the market lah. So as you can see, existing traffic towards this particular area with all the existing highways coming in, government factors also implying putting more governance in this area to just come in and also mandate the traffic over here, right? I think that's an indicator that the market is already acceptance towards this TPG as a whole. Because I would not name other townships, I nearly slipped my mouth. So other townships in the market, right, you can see some parts of it, accessibility not so great yet. I also don't know lah. You all take a wild guess lah, right? So accessibility is not that great means that the government doesn't see this potential in this particular area, because population sizing at the end of it is the most important thing when it comes to getting ease to a development itself. So I think timing comes really hand in hand with the government's initiatives as well. So if the government is supporting this particular area when it comes to infrastructure or when it comes to high schools or population, everything, then that is the timing you want to look at. But for me to give you a definitive answer of like when is the best timing to buy, I wish I knew the answer as well.
So now let's turn our focus to Pinn Yang, because Pinn Yang seems to be the person who knows how to predict the trend before it even becomes a trend. So Pinn Yang, can you share with us your train of thoughts?
But I truly agree with Jean, right? We couldn't predict the timing, right? So I think timing also same, you have money in your pocket at the right time as well. So think when I was a kid, right, I always think to myself, I don't dare to ask my dad, right? Because my dad always say to me, share to us, oh, our property 90K, the flat. But the same place in Pinn Yang called Paya Terbong Long Boy, the landed property is only 100 and maybe 130K. So I always, because I did a Pendidikan CV project before, I take a photo of my house, my classmate laugh at me. Why your house like that one? Yeah. So very hurtful, but it's a timing. My dad don't have money that time, right? But people that say landed, I always question, wow, if my dad have more money, then we can stay landed, right? It's the timing that time he couldn't afford. Then also give me a dream to, okay, next time I want to buy at least a landed 70 for my parents. So okay, then goes to timing, right? So COVID time, I bought a property back in Pinn Yang. I'm very happy. I moved my parents to assembly right now. It's timing. So that time, my company, we are making dividend, making profit. Then I got the timing, I got the money to buy that time. So thankfully, that time I make some money. Then right now we can stay in a assembly. But my grandma still stay in the flat. Now the flat all with a lot of foreigner, all the workers that work kopitiam all stay there. But it's good. Still very happily stay there lah. So thankfully to that. So entrepreneurship. I would argue we should spend our time to build our business as an entrepreneur. Then we have a luxuries. I think buying property is a luxuries. Then you can select, you can go to property guru to search what property you buy. I think is a luxury because you have money. And I also very agree with Sean. It's like now also come to the realization, people rich, one thing they want is bigger house. They want more property. They want to able to tell people, hey, you went to Rimbayu, hey, I have property there. It's a conversational thing, but that's what I realized also. Once you got rich, you want to buy property. And that time my investment portfolio is I spend a lot of money at crypto also and stock market. And I also, so my wife, she buy property. Yeah. Because the learning from the dad. The dad also working in 9 to 6. But they could afford to send my wife to overseas. It's actually because of property. They work hard 9 to 6. They buy property. They buy property. Now they are so very proud, even 9 to 6, but they're able to send their kids to overseas. So that's my suggestion. Build more money first, cash generative, then buy property, invest lah. Yeah.
So the timing is always right if you have money. Yeah. So you have to work hard to build your business or whatever side income you have. If you have a 9 to 6 or 9 to 5, be good at it. Move up the rank. That way, like sunrise, every 28 or whatever date that your company will give the salary, that you have that money, then you can invest in property. And the extra, you can put into financial market. You don't have to choose. If you got money, you can do all.
Yeah. Just a bit, yeah. Don't scold me. So it's your personal timing matching your circumstances. Even I have the best deal today. Last time it was 2 million, now sell only 1 million. The owner cuckoo one. You got money or not? Cannot ma? So, but then when you got money at time, it's always in the market peak. Everybody asking for skyrocket prices. Cannot also. Right? So it's that's why when you see property, if it's not for you, just walk away. Work harder. That's what I tell myself lah. Right? It's not the property too expensive, it's like not enough money. But that one is the official answer lah. Then if you want to go one level deeper, is market trends lor. So I put up the HPI numbers from 2015 to 2024. It's like that one, meaning in the center is COVID lah. In worst times, it was the best time to buy. Nobody want to buy one ma. Everybody always buy at the best time of the market one ma. So once you have this information, how do you react to it? But again, what you say lah, got money or not? No money, no talk. That one I say one.
Yeah, you can quote him on that. So work hard to enrich yourself so that the timing will be right and when you have the money. So next question. This one I feel that is a question for Pinn Yang. Digital platforms like TikTok and live streaming are reshaping engagement. How are you using them in your strategies?
Yeah. So when I first discovered video, I actually learned from people from YouTube. That really good at doing content. So we should learn from people that good at finance, property. It's really a value, and it's free. The best part is free. So when I first heard is a guy called Gary Vaynerchuk. He said, do content, give value, do video. So that time I only know how to write article. They said video is coming. But that time we were still worried, got free Wi-Fi We were still broke Wi-Fi, no data, cannot load the proper video that time. So here goes a time where we know the trend is coming. Then it's execution, no? So we do the execution. But you didn't know how to do video. Back in 2017, I used the AI tool. I can convert my article into a video. It's like free music, but it's played by a slideshow. It's a slideshow. But it got so many shares. 10K, 15K, now envious, right? Because it's people don't know how to do video that time. So platform push to a lot of people. So right now people talk about live streaming selling. It's not something new, but now very popular on TikTok. AI. People hate AI right now. But in my heart right now, I'm very passionate about AI. I feel like AI also a realization of, live streaming is a realization of last time when I first discovered video. So right now, I'm very passionate. After work, I spend a lot of time studying AI. How can AI help to build tools, do content and live streaming selling as well. So right now, I spend a lot of time live streaming selling. After work, I will do live streaming selling for phone, for Huawei, for perfume. It's learning because I did that when I was a kid. I used to follow my dad morning market, myself walk. My dad will do popcorn and share to people to eat. People will buy walk from us. Now is the time content creator is very important because of trust, because of knowledge. But I think everybody stand an equal chance. I can't say this, I shouldn't say this, but I think number of followers doesn't really matter right now. It's interest based right now. So if you have interest in anything, pickleball, cooking, learning, yeah, I think it's a new niche right now. I learned to buy my first property. I think this content will go viral. Then do live streaming selling. In the future, you can live streaming selling anything, property, anything lah. So I'm trying everything right now. So I think that's a big opportunity right now. I think it's a blue ocean because many people don't want to do, and people are really telling this is trend. AI is trend. So AI will be like when we first discover social media, in my opinion. It's something very new. People hate it. People scared about it, but it's gonna be the future. Yeah.
Yes, and also because if you really utilize your social media is free or the cost is very low. So just make good use of it. Like 3 of this gentleman right here who use like free platforms at the beginning of their career, I believe. So I would like to start with Chin. Why not? You begin first.
Our property content journey really started because we reached a bottleneck on our business capacity. So we were looking for the cheapest form of marketing to get exposure. Now, obviously, it's very daunting to put yourself in front of a camera. So for us to actually speak like such, it's actually something that you have to overcome one of these days, especially if you're an aspiring business owner. So if I may speak on behalf of the 4 of us over here, I think we have done a pretty decent job when it comes to building a personal IP. Now, among all of us over here, I am the newest in the market. I'm only about like 1 year, 20 days old-ish. Yeah. That part I'm still figuring it out, but because I wear a Casio G-Shock, right, I can read the time very clearly. So essentially, the minute you put yourself out there, then the opportunity does come to you. Because whatever business you want to do or whatever expertise or skill sets that you have, somebody is going to eventually resonate with what you do, what you do in general. So even if you're an architect, even if you are a baker, anything that you do, even if you clean toilets, there's a girl called Marissa Wong, she go review toilets. Also got her niche, also got her market. So everybody over here has to give yourself that aspirational if you ever aspire to become a business owner one of these days, I think this is a skill set that you really cannot ignore. Because I think this is the trend moving forward. It's not even a trend, it's something that you have to do. Because exposure is at the end of it, the most important part about what we are. Attention span is getting shorter and shorter. How do you actually attract the attention to be you, not the other person? So I think that is for me.
Okay, thank you so much, Jin. I know Sean has a lot to say, so I'll save you for later. We go with Ziad.
Sorry, what was the question again?
So the question is, how are you using TikTok, live streaming, and other digital platform to your advantage?
Well, I'm not using TikTok. Well, okay. I think the previous gentlemen have already elaborated very extensively. So long story short, we use YouTube a lot, right? Because at the start, YouTube back then, well, when I say back then, it's like 2020 terms, right? That was like what Logan Paul, the US YouTubers, like Malaysia is still, yeah, a lot of pranks and a lot of, this kind of stuff. Then again, the content that I'm trying to create requires a bit more length and depth, right? You can't really teach finance, investments, and all this knowledge or mindset and psychology and stuff of money within 60 seconds. Back then, TikTok or I think Instagram limits at 60 seconds, 59 seconds, and everything above then cut already. Then every time my editor want to repurpose from my long video 15 minutes to like 59 seconds, and then he's like, how to take 15 minutes, how do I compress everything to 59 seconds? And this was only fixed that they changed to 2 minutes, was like early last year, somewhere like that. It's still very hard for us. 2 minutes is still very hard to, well, they say bite-sized financial insights, right? What bite-sized 2 minutes, right? So you can only get so much, right? Because the way I look at finance and economics in general, it has so much correlation with so many things, from your personal, your work, your environment, your sector, your macro, your nation, then the world, and then how the economy, supply and demand, things flow around. It's not enough fingers already. So that's why it was tough for us to venture more into, even until today, right? TikTok and Instagram wasn't our forte, right? I know Pinn Yang's content works super well on short form. Ours work much better on long form. Hence why we still stick to YouTube, right? It's free. People knows YouTube. In fact, YouTube is, if I'm the largest, SEO, largest search engine, even until today. So we just stick to the guns, stick to what we are good at, YouTube. I always pride myself whenever we meet clients and brands or anyone that wants to, park their, advertise with us. We say we are not selling you media space, or we're not just selling you advertisement space. We're actually selling you SEO ranking. That's what we are doing actually. Whatever business you want to advertise with us, it's not about 10,000 views. It's about whenever people search about investing, finance, money, it's number one on top. So that's how you get your exposure, and that's marketing, by the way. I learned the hard way. I'm not good at marketing, but yeah. So I guess it's free, right? Long story short, it's free, and we just utilize and take it as our launchpad.
Thank you so much, Jet. And just for information, he has 164,000 followers on YouTube. It's not easy. Now let's move on to Sean, who is dying to share his insights.
I'm dying to ask question. Will you all buy properties from a live stream? Or China, they buy Maybachs on streams. Yeah. So, but China different, so their money different category. But will you all buy? If 20% discount, will you all buy? If you come before already, we do live stream. Okay. For example, okay, today we all go see the property. Okay, type D. Tonight we will go live stream. How much discount? I don't know. Will you buy? 10%. The one? 15? 50? Oh, 50 sure buy that, right? 50 I buy it. No need to sell to you. So that is something that I'm trying to crack also. So last time when I was doing the channel, a lot of hate. I was the childish boy who carries a camera, walk around. Until now, people still call me that lah. That's why you can see that I don't work with certain brands. But then I'm very curious because that was what people say about cars too. But now people buy cars online. The only difference I pray for that day to come lah, right? So hopefully you do well in live streaming. Then Sean, you want to sell property? Come here. Yes, I will be your best presenter ever. But then I think it's about a question of if you have 50 million in the bank, I buy a 1 million house. Right? But if it's 1 million in a bank, I'm buying a 2 million house. Bro, don't play, bro. Right? But ultimately, where I'm going with this is trust. Social media builds trust. And that's why you come and listen to them today. Right? And that's the difference compared to a nobody with brand. So I'm looking at it more of a street cred. If you look at him normally, right, you don't even care, but suddenly he got 164 labeled here, right? Or he said something must be true, It's like that, in the world that we live in.
All right, thank you so much, Sean, for that. So if one day he starts live streaming, unless it's 50% off, please don't buy from him.
50% I buy already again.
Oh no, so you might be getting some fan benefits, All right, now next one. Next question is, when it comes to commercial property investment, what are the key factors to evaluate? I decided to switch out again. Sean, you talk first.
Okay. Now this is because my bread and butter, I think it's the format. Okay, commercial is a very broad term. Commercial means office. Then office, what kind of office? SOFO type? Or is it above a shop lot type? Or is it in a plaza type? Because what difference that is individual title or strata title? Then you need to match that with the components of it. Is it a stand-alone office tower like your Menara, whatever? Nothing downstairs one? Or you want convenience with kopitiam, with whatever, massage parlor or whatever downstairs one? Right? Because the trouble is, let's just take a conventional shop lot. If you take the highest floor, you cannot dictate what's on level 2 and level 3. If it's a hostel for some factory, right? You build whatever on top also, no point already. And you get no say because it's an individual title, owner gets the say. If it's a strata, then it's beneficial because you have a governing body to make sure all these common areas are secured. Then, for strata, is the developer part of the plan? That's very important because they will be in their benefit to make sure this property do good, and from a master plan point of view to a development point of view. Then you match that. This one is like live streaming already. Then and everybody understood, so it's good. We practice. So we match that with your business need. a lot of people forget about common areas with and access because you run a business. So is it an appointment-based business? So if appointment-based, you need to do all advertisement online, but your wayfinding is crucial. So the trouble with stratified developments like that is, oh, I drive past, I know it's that shop, but once I park basement, I don't know where is it. So what's the wayfinding strategy to go? Number one. Then if you run a delivery basis one, what's your loading bay, what's your delivery service, how do you engage all this? Then at this conversation, right, the width of your door becomes a conversation also. Imagine if it's a 900 door versus a 1.2 door. A king size bed can go through and cannot go through is a lot of difference. So you match that with your business needs again. And the easiest one is the ceiling height, the more obvious. Some people really need ceiling height. If not, cannot. My table can go in, cannot turn one. So if you understand all that already, the last part which a lot of people don't like is, do you want maintenance or not? Personally, I do want maintenance because if my staff work late, right, they won't complain. Got security, got common areas, people look after, then got CCTV before you go back to your car. If you go shop lot format, it's cheaper, you can do whatever you want. It means other people can do whatever they want also. So car park, right, nightmare for Malaysia. I prefer dedicated car parks. I don't want to go there every day and you do like that, right? So for commercial, then it's a little bit more tough because as investor, if you want, like a lot of people won't go buy sub-sale right? Sub-sale easier but sub-sale, if they make money, why want to sell to you, right? If my shop is making a lot of money, why would I want to sell to you? Unless it's to rip you off, you become the water fish, right? To take over the shop. If it's not doing well, that's why I want to sell to you. Why you want to buy? Okay? So that's the trouble point. But I was convincing him to buy. Just now, I was convincing him to buy. Because imagine 4 years later, his business so good, right? He can move in to operate his business. But then, wait, the punchline. Then you own the shop. Your business is your tenant. Oh, no, you watch the replay later. There's a replay function. Book now. Yeah, so again, you are the owner. Your business is the tenant. It's a business expense. You pay a little bit more tax, but marginal. You can write off your interest. And that's how a lot of people build wealth. You think, warehouse buy shop one, man. And imagine like the 10 million, 9 million one. Ooh, just now I see that one. Whoa. Oh, that I toppled the Tong Sampah because of that one. Wow, so good. So yeah, a lot of things to think about is way more complicated than just house. Because house is I buy low. I can afford, I buy low. But shops, right? To paint a realistic picture, Gamuda in Kota Kemuning, the first 15 years was empty. So can you tahan 15 years or not before you want to buy? But if you buy at year 16, so when you say timing, right? You believe feng shui or not? Or you believe, right? Business people all believe one. Because they have seen. Why suddenly this year, everybody come in? So I don't want to predict, I see existing. If can do one, and rental is the realistic part of it. Cannot bullshit one. Imagine next time, this one, this company come here, Pinn Yang open his center here, so got 1,000 staff here. Don't know one, Malaysia, everything can U-turn one. So that's my point of view for commercial. A lot more things to think about for your business because a wrong move is rather risky.
All right, so thank you so much, Sean, for that. Now, Jin, anything you want to weigh in?
I think many of the audience here are like aspiring business owners, right? Just maybe a quick show of hands, like how many of you are aspiring business owners? Or very few. Majority of your
Sell them property.
No,
sell their property. I mean, honestly speaking, what's that? Already business owners. Okay, so the thing is, I think business moving forward in coming years, right? You don't really need like abundance or space in that sense, because if you're trying to run a boutique shop or if you're trying to do something more digital in a more digital setting, right? The space is just very temporary in that sense also, because how often are you going to really fully utilize the amount of space that you use in that area? So like the products that we see in this particular development over here, Rome, you can see the typology, even the design language is actually catered to aspiring business owners in the future as well. Because space is very temporary, like Sean always mentioned. And the way the design of the layout actually also it has an indication of how the property is going to perform in the future. If your space is overly large and then per square feet is like 2-3 ringgit, right? Then your rental 3,000 times by 3 ringgit is already 9,000 ringgit. Whereas it's only 1,000 square feet, then it's only 3,000 ringgit. So it comes back down to like how the market trend is going in the future for business owners as well. Because the office space that we're currently using, it's not big, it's less than 1,000 square feet. But the tenancy occupancy rate is full to the brim. If you want, the owner is going to increase your rent every single year only. We started a rent with 1,000 ringgit. This year is 1,001. Guess what? Next year, May, when the tenancy ends, he wants 1,006. Because he knows that we are already committed. Because we have renovated the place, we are committed to this location because our team, our resources are already allocated in this particular area. So now he has the leverage to say that, oh, I know you guys are committed, I'm going to raise your rent. That is a very disgusting way to do things. No,
2001.
but so that's the thing, you see, because once you have already solidified that this is an area that you want to be in long term, then you have no choice as a business owner. Whatever rent they ask for, right, you die also have to follow. Because they know that they lock you in. You like this area, you renovated a lot of money already, so you're just going to continue paying. I squeeze you also, you just continue. So then it becomes a very nuanced situation. Shall we move and then relocate as a business is very hard because you need to remember team dynamic to move from one location to another location, like what Ziad has mentioned earlier. His team, right now in PJ, right, if he moved to this part of town, right, maybe half your team gone because they say, hey, different place from where I stay. So similarly, I think that just kind of plays a role, like the square feet, the demographics, everything just kind of comes hand in hand. It's very hard for you to just give a flatbed answer to a lot of things because everybody has a different context in life, right? Different situation. So it's hard for us to like just give you like a one-liner answer and say that's the right move for you. So, yeah.
I would like to hear it from another business owner. So Pinn Yang, buy or you want to rent?
I see. Yeah. So to rent, so I look at where most of my people, my staff, where they stay, because I want to provide convenience. Public transport, very important for my people, especially doing live streaming. They do at night. Security, very important as well. That's for rent. And how much is the rent now? Very, very straightforward lah. China man do business. How much is rent? Yes, and how much do they increase? Is it 2 years term, 5 years term? We look at that as well because we don't want aspiring landlord like someone, right? Increase lah.
Not aspiring.
Yeah,
it's already.
But it's good, right? That's a investment mentality, right? So that's for renting, location, capacity as well. I want to build a culture with my team. So I find it very important. When I first started, I got a co-working space. COVID happened, we closed down, have to close down. No more office. But I felt the culture is missing connection. So I want everybody to come back to office and just work from home 1 day a week. 1 day a week. Then Pinn Yang got one, KL got one right now. I see the synergy and energy very different. Communication very instant. They love it, they enjoy it, they can shoot video anytime they want. They go back. Then buying. Buying then also very straightforward. How much? Right? Got down payment SMP, who pay? Can the developer pay? Is there any promotion? Very straightforward. How much is the area renting? Is it good money? Then I do calculation. And I find it very interesting because mostly the owner renovating. So I want 贪便宜. Well, if they renovate for me next time, I will say, I know how to spend money to renovate. But is there a term they have to put everything back to normal? Also something that I think about as well. So, investing is very simple. Can make money then invest. Yeah, simple. Yeah, and I also want to, Chinamen like me is like, oh, I have that area, I have that also. Here I also got actually I also got oh, you went there, I also got it's a emotional play psychology to be a landlord for many area, also very important in my opinion. For me personal life goal as well. So follow your life goal, whether you want to have many unit, slowly collecting 1 year one is good. As long as you can make money, why not?
Before we speak to the collector, I would like to know what Ziad thinks when it comes to evaluating a commercial property.
Well, I'm not in the stage of buying a commercial property, so maybe just chip in a little bit from the perspective of a tenant and soon to be a renter of a new office, right? Because currently our office is kind of max capacity already at Pinnacle PJ. Not sure how many of you know. Besides Sheraton, I always use like, besides Sheraton PJ, more atas ma, right? But the car park is Sheraton PJ rate lah, so yeah, I can take that. So yeah, we are currently maxed out at capacity like 11, 12 people already. So we are thinking of moving out. I think all these gentlemen have already touched on all the different factors that are critical from a technical and also from the renter point of view, right? To me, I can just add on one more thing. It's all down to this thing called demographics. Who's the demographics of my employee, the demographics of my viewers or my target audience, the demographic of my business friends or potential business colleagues and alliances, and also the demographics of potential guests or whoever that may bring or add value to the company. So I mean, the employee side is pretty straightforward. Law, public transport, safe, well lit, things like that. From the employer side, it's always square feet, whether the place ngam or not, got food to eat around or not. Parking, is it a problem? I just visited SS15, nightmare. I think everyone knows that. Taipan as well, nightmare. They say even if you go and pay season pass for the parking lot in the middle, you also like pray to God whether you get a parking or not. So that is something that is deterring me from like, okay, let's go SS15 next or let's go Taipan next. The price per square feet is very attractive. It goes, I think the one I visited was like 3,600 square feet. It's like what, 6,500 ringgit? Super cheap.
Okay, I don't say the word. Okay, I know.
Yeah. But a few places, SS15, it's very nice, very spacious. Layout is perfect. I love it. But then when I exit the shop lot, no parking one. Then like, got rats running around one. Or, like old streets, the 30, 40-year-old neighborhood kind of streets, lah. Then, yeah, and it's dirty. And then after rain, everything is just dampy and not clean. Like, MBSJ, you have to rely on all this kind of thing to maintain and take care. So the surrounding to me is kind of important because the next possible or, potential places to park is Subang Square from that area. So my staffs, 10 of them have to, not all, right? Those that park, those that drive to office, they have to go through these kind of places, shop lots, and then, corner lots, and then go through very slightly dim kind of lighting. So that's also something as an employer, I'm considering that as well. Because I can't expect everyone to, hey, you got car, but here got LRT, so you take LRT lah, settle already. I already give you LRT. Not everyone wants to take LRT, even though, they can. I know a lot of people at their 40s still take LRT. Power to them, but a lot of youngsters also, they want to drive their Honda Civic already, so they don't want to, he has opinion on that, but a lot of consideration. So it all boils down to the demographics, as well as I think from the business perspective, the business friends. If let's say I would like to invite people for podcasts, interviews, or talk shows, 5 versus 5 or anything, right? If it's always at Putra Heights, then all my demographics are in KL. They have to travel 1.5 hours every single time they want to come. It's a lot of logistical issue as well. So it all boils to demographics for me, at least.
Thank you so much, Jet. So Sean, anything you would like to say?
I started this one, so
Yeah.
but
So, would you like to add on? Because
yeah.
it seems like you have a lot.
a lot. 1 more hour. I think. Just to summarize, what we consider as good investment is this thing called multiple rental option. Okay, so it means there must be multiple ways or formats of rental where the investment can be self-sustaining. The rent can cover the installment, in other words. So one of the last one for commercial is I can own use, but that's only a benefit that a business owner can say. That's why a lot of people still go back to residential is, if really no people want to rent, right, I move in, office cannot. So that is always a problem. So if you are a business owner today, right, that is your trump card actually. So imagine this. If you have a property where the rental pretty sure can cover your installment already, okay? If really no people want to rent, extra space for your company, can write off one rental. What's there to consider? Worst case scenario, you got one more asset allocation from a cash to a property, which can be a hedge against inflation anyway. The only argument is property or not definitely property lah. For me, right, property guy. The argument is which one then makes the difference, because not all property makes money. There will be the other way one. Yeah, so that's why we go back to question number 1.
Okay, thank you so much for keeping it short, Sean. He tried his best to summarize it.
I try very hard.
Not that I'm giving any pressure. Now, gentlemen, before we close, I will love each of you to share one smart move or mindset you believe entrepreneurs should adopt today. You have 2 minutes each. So we start with Jean first.
现在开始不怕慢，只怕站。I think that's the one takeaway that I hold accountable to myself. Don't be afraid. I mean, for the banana folks out there, don't be afraid of being slow. Be afraid of complacency. Yes, complacency. Yes, correct. 不怕慢，不怕站 means that don't be afraid of being slow. Be afraid of standing still. So, for all the aspiring entrepreneurs or the entrepreneurs in the market right now, if you are walking the right direction, irregardless of what speed you're going, you just have to wake up and move. I think that's the only inspirational take I can give to the audience, because beyond you trying to do a lot of things, there's a lot of external factors that you cannot avoid because it's not within your control. But the only thing you can do is to wake up and show up and actually move the right direction. So, 只怕站. Yeah.
As long as you are moving, you are going forward, even though it's slow, but they say slow and steady wins the race. So now, Sean, it's your turn. You have 2 minutes. Start now.
No, I'm contemplating because this may be very harsh. So I've been getting a lot of hate because lately online I've been being very harsh. Okay, whatever lah. Yeah, so I think for gentlemen here, why they are successful is because they got tired of their excuses first before you. How many more times you want to tell yourself it's okay one? Tomorrow lah, next time lah, when I got money lah, when market is better lah. The only difference with successful people and non-successful people are they just got tired of their excuses and they just decided to do what they want to do. That's all. So like the common saying is for wars, during wartime, heroes are 3 seconds braver than ordinary people. That's why they are heroes. Lai liao ah! Just 3 more seconds only. Maybe he forgot to run or whatever. Right? But just holding longer or just deciding to take that action, right, creates a different path for everybody here. On this, they all lah. But for me, day one is like that already lah. So that's my take, because I think now in terms of resources, everybody equal. In terms of knowledge, everybody equal. Everybody got equal subscription to ChatGPT. There's no longer difference in knowledge level. So what's the difference? So the common thing is like people say 1,000 hours to be great, right? But actually 20 hours to be decently okay. But it takes you 20 years to start that 20 hours. I can predict the comment section below already. Who is this dude that talk about this guy? Yeah.
I mean that you shouldn't find excuses for your failure. You should find a reason why you should be successful and push yourself towards it. Wow. Yeah. So that's why the 3 seconds matter, whether or not it's forgot to run or they just bravely stand there, it matters. You just need to how to respond to that. Right? He's like, just go all the way. No matter who is in front of him, he just toy. So that's why he is here speaking to everyone, sharing his insights.
But it's a very wrong example. I couldn't think of a better one.
But that is you lah. You just go run. Now, so Ziad, do you need more time to think or we can start?
Yeah, so wow, if you see a relevancy between both their answers, right? It's something that I would like to piggyback off actually. It's, 不怕慢只怕站. Don't just do it basically. This one is, you can wait 20 years or start now. It's being technically it's being uncomfortable or being comfortable with being uncomfortable. And my input is right. It's all about taking risks, because I think at some point, okay, let's say you got a small business, right? You have a healthy profit margin, 40, 50, 60%. Great to you, but to me that is a problem. Right, the moment your profit margin hits a certain healthy number, to me, it stresses me out. We have days like that where your profit margin is just 75%. But does it mean anything? It's percent only, right? 75% of 10,000 ringgit is just what, 7,005, right? But people with tens of millions of revenue, they are making 15%, still make so much more than you. So to me, it's about being comfortable with being staying uncomfortable, right? Wow, that's a tongue twister. I still work very late night. I still pour in a lot of hours, even though like I just said just now I got 10, 11 people with me. I still work late nights. I always, I hate to use this word, put my wife to sleep first so that I can start working. I always whip up my laptop at night, replying comments, if not drafting, reviewing scripts, if not reviewing agreements, this kind of stuff at night, because to me that's the most quiet time. 12 a.m. to 2:30 a.m. That's the best time for me to work myself. There's no more meetings, there's no more WhatsApp messages. My employees are out asleep already, so now I can focus on myself. My work time starts already. Even until today, 5.5 years in, or 2.5 years into the Sendirian Berhad, right? You're making few meals. Okay, I think it's okay for SME. Double-digit profit margin should be something that is, sustainability is still something we want to have, right? But then there are many months where once we hit like healthy profit margin, I start to worry. Even weeks, don't even months, like we see, oh shit, next 2 months, the revenue is coming in a lot already. Then I stress out. Actually, my employee is here. You can ask her. She's over there taking her phone. She's my senior research analyst.
Got bonus.
She just got promoted, by the way. Right. It's about being being in the zone of being uncomfortable, giving extraordinary pace increments. She got a promotion in 6 months. I outpay the market a lot for each role, because to me it's not so much about I can save 600 ringgit, 800 ringgit for the employees, but it's so much more as an investor, right? I don't mind paying 600. I want to get 2,000 back. That's the way I look at it, right? So being uncomfortable, that's a lot of people, people say what they like, work-life balance, right? To me, I think that's BS. There's no such thing as work-life balance when you're poor. I'm sorry to say that. But still, I'm not, rich per se, right? I'm successful versus my past self. That's enough to me, right? Because success is subjective. You can be successful by sitting in the kopitiam every single day, don't have to work, you still get by everything. Or you can go Shopee, buy anything without looking at the price tag. That's success also. You have time, you have money to do whatever you want, that's success also. So to some people it's 3 million, to some people it's 25 million, to some people it's some Bugatti or Lamborghini, right? To me it's a Lamborghini Urus, which I haven't achieved. But long story short, really being able to grind the hours, if it means right, being frustrated 16 hours straight a day, right? In myself, not the employees, not business partners or anything. It's all on myself. Why I couldn't solve it? What's the problem? Then I whip out meeting to ask my team, what's wrong? Ask my research analyst why we couldn't do this. 3 people company also can do. Why we 10 people company cannot do it, right? What's wrong? What do I need to spend? If I have to spend 20K to buy that, let's just do it now. After lunch, we go to the shop and buy and get it, right? And it's a lot of speed and agility as well. You wouldn't want to get the perfect plan 3 months later. Let's place 60K to invest in this thing. To me, that's too slow. As long as you can foresee and you have the cash inside, it's move on a daily basis. No weeks, no months. That's how I look at it.
Thank you so much, Jet. I believe many successful people that share the same mentality, whereas there is no such thing as work-life balance, and they're always comfortable of being uncomfortable, because Pinn Yang is also someone who believes in those two concepts. So Pinn Yang, can you share with us one mantra that you always say to yourself, one mindset that you believe entrepreneurs should adopt today, besides what Zed has already mentioned?
So truly powerful statement from 3 individuals here, inspire me a lot. I can feel the fire energy, truly. Because reminder to myself, it's a reminder to myself as well. Very fortunate, Pinn Yang, you did the right thing back in 2016. Because entrepreneurship is about creating value that the market didn't know how to serve yet, right? That's entrepreneurship. But right now, ideas a lot. Execution. It's just a matter of execution. Like Zia said, there will never be a perfect solution. So my English, my SPM only 1A, my English is not even A, but I write an English blog. So people laugh at me. A lot of people will do such thing. People will give you negative comments. People will say to you why you bring camera around, walking, right? But my mantra is I don't care. I don't care. And then my statement of work-life balance is I'm very fortunate I'm doing something I'm passionate about. Doing content is something I'm very passionate about. I wake up, I go to office 10 to 6. Day to day, I do foodie operation, I pitch, I get sales. After work, I do live streaming selling. I enjoy it. I enjoy it. I'm so very fortunate in doing something I like because I believe this is something I need to carry. I need to build it. I love building stuff. After live streaming selling, after 11 p.m., I take my sweet time to build my stuff. I like side hustle. I really side hustle. I don't care about the money. I like side hustle because Pinn Yang Foodie was built because of side hustle. I only want to make 1 ringgit, 10 ringgit additional a day to just cover my petrol on a monthly basis. But you will never know. One day, that side hustle will become a business. That's the manifesting part. But now, with AI, everybody can execute many things. ChatGPT, everybody subscribe. Freemium or free, you can also do. Because according to the founder of OpenAI, in the future, there will be a lot of solopreneur. They're going to build unicorn businesses. So I'm very passionate about it. I just want to build. I just want to try and learn and build because I don't want to be 淘汰, eliminated. Pinn Yang Foodie started, I tried to disrupt the traditional media. That's why we have to stay humble because one day there will be one kid that say, I want to disrupt Pinn Yang Foodie business. I want to disrupt KL Foodie because I saw OpenAI. I can build a prompt, what to eat in Rimbayu, and all the listing come out. If I stay there, I only do content without learning the AI stuff. I will be the scapegoat already. I will be eliminated. So I don't want to be there. I don't stop there. Entrepreneurship is keep on building 1% better each and every day because there will be no perfect solution. Until today, we are still fine-tuning all solution that we're providing. So I'm very confident to say that. I'm very happy to say that this time is the best thing. You start something new. Because you can disrupt everybody with the resources you have right now. So I'm more than excited right now. Back in 2016, it's still a question mark. But today, this time, I think a lot more potential. Many people gonna leverage on this technology, this timing to build something very, very potential for the next generation.
Yeah. So Pinn Yang's mindset is to always stay ahead. Always find a way to stay ahead, no matter what industry you are in. Now, we shall end it with a fun, quick, rapid fire. So this rapid fire, only one sentence answer. One sentence answer. Unless you can hold on. One sentence answer. Okay, so one daily habit that keeps you financially sharp. We shall start with Jin. One sentence.
It's hard to be financially sharp every single day. I think you can use this tool called Notebook LM by Google Gemini. You can actually summarize a lot of news over there. Very complex things. You can use AI to just kind of make it very dumbed down version to read. So
Notebook.
Sorry?
Notebook LM.
Yeah, Notebook LM.
Okay, so everyone note this down. Notebook LM. All right. So now, Sean, are you ready for your one sentence answer?
I build and stick to the regime and routine. So what I do is I build 4 o'clock do what, 5 o'clock do what, 6 o'clock do what, 7 o'clock do what, until you are just there. So your brain goes free because you go to school, you got to figure out why you want to go to school. Bo pian one ma, right? My mother dropped me, so then your brain is free one. So that free time then is good to do other things lah. So for me, that's how I built. If not, you sure lazy one. You got $5 in the bank versus 5 million in the bank. You think different one. One is where to find money, one is where to spend money. Right? So that's why I built the regime and have the discipline to stick to it.
Yeah, set a schedule and follow it strictly. All right. So Ziad, one sentence. I hope you can comply to that.
The answer is one sentence, right? So I can still babble, right? Okay, so since I'm from the financial market, right, I will say this, right? Because financial market means interest rate, inflation, right? So to me, it's appreciation of time. I think it's so underrated. The appreciation of time. Business is created to solve problems to save time, hence making multiples and scale ups of money. Long story short. So it's appreciation of time, hiring people, creating solutions, solving problems, scaling money, scaling problems and solutions, right? It's all about appreciation of time.
Yes, where you invest your time, where your fruit of labor will be. They say 你把时间投资在哪里，收获就会在那里. All right, so Pinn Yang.
That's her job, profession.
For me, my regime will be selecting information that I absorb every single day. very important because social media has so many content, right? So when I wake up, first thing I go to X and look for the day-to-day news. And I only like things that I want him to feed me more information because now it's an algorithm basis. I only follow accounts that I think will bring values because it's very important right now because every single information that we observe right now is it should be selected. We should train the algorithm to feed us the right information. You like property investing, like all the property creator, content creator that talk about property, feed you right information because time, right? We only got so much time a day. We want to be fit. We want to fed right information that can help us build our businesses. So that's what I do.
So remember to like carefully. Don't everything also like because
Everything also don't like.
yeah, if you like Sean, then everything about property investment will come. Make sure to like all of them lah. The rest you can think first. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we will open the floor for Q&A because in the interest of time, we will only take 5 questions for now. So who would like to take the first question? Okay, that gentleman, very stylo, Milo.
Hello, thanks for today. I really got a lot of insights from you four. So my name is Andy. This open the floor question. So I want to ask, since you guys use social media, right? How do you leverage on like different social media platforms like IG for views, IG for monetization, YouTube for like longer content for like monetization and stuff? Like, is it views or to promote yourself or like sorry, yeah? And how does it work? Like in Malaysia, I feel like it's different from the other countries like US and stuff, right? Yeah, that's my question. Thank you.
So any insider tips from our expert?
You're the most structured, yeah.
So Pinn Yang, maybe you want to take.
I can maybe talk about based on the current trend on social media. So people will say a lot of customer brand, hey, I think Facebook no people use, right? But based on data, right, number of Facebook users is still the highest across all the platform. Facebook, Instagram, then TikTok is highest rising. We have YouTube as well, we have X as well. For me, my strategy as a media publisher, I do everything. Because every platform has different audiences. Every platform, long form, YouTube, right? TikTok has younger younger demographic, is true. Then Facebook, we have, yes, my parents using Facebook predominantly, it's true. But they have higher spending power, right? So Facebook is very good. Then Instagram, aesthetic, like-minded people, you follow that. The way I put at it is, I will try to promote my personal branding as well, all platform. I don't care because I already created content. Why I want to select which platform to post. Back to Ziad's point is, last time short form 60 seconds, now short form 2 minutes. But there is no way to justify short form, long form. If your content nobody want to watch, 1 second I don't want to give you. BS content, I will just skip, right? So still go to the root is, what are the content they're promoting? What content idea that they're doing is by far the best strategy you should do. If you do well, you do well on TikTok. You do well on Instagram. It's the algorithm basis right now. First 3 seconds, how do you get a hook? Very important. As for myself, how I consume my content, I usually go to X. I go to YouTube for long form. I go to watch pickleball on YouTube, then Instagram, friends, and content. Yeah, so that's my advice or suggestion on where to build your content. Eddie, thank you.
So
Sorry, my question was more to like, how do you make money from social media, like from ads or if
make money then.
Yes.
Okay.
So how do you make money, Pinn Yang?
So as a media publisher, as a content creator, once you have followers, you can make money. Once you have brands, once you have eyeball, attention, you can make money. The 3 gentlemen here are very selective for their client. For media publisher, for me, it's I bo pian. As a media business, I have to. So what we do is product and services, we promote that. Yeah, of course, we have DD diligence and see what's the F&B, Brand will pay you X amount of fee for you to talk about their brands. Secondly, right now, TikTok Shop offer commerce selling. You can put back kuning, you can do live streaming selling, you can take a commission. Financial creator, they can do affiliate income. Affiliate income, you promote a credit card, you get affiliate income. There are many ways to make money online. You can sell a banner ads on a website. That's how I make money when I first started, AdSense income. But by far, the best one, I think, in Malaysia will be advertisement, endorsement income, I think. Because it's a open and supply. You can give your rate card differently. As long as a brand like you, they will pay for it. So that's how we monetize for on the content creator.
Yeah, build your personal IP also.
Be the newspaper. No. So, yeah, bro. I just show my age. Shit.
What is newspaper?
Oh, what's that? I can eat one, actually. But last time people pay money to promote their business, right? So because last time the only way is newspaper, right? So now when it's free, imagine, I always like to think about this. So now I got slot to tell everybody a message. Do you want me to tell about yours? Yeah, correct. So now, like, if you want me to tell,
Money. He can promote you
yeah, correct.
as long as the price is right. And after
Correct.
he has done your due diligence lah.
So if you're popular, you want to pay me 200, he wants to pay me 400. That guy want to pay 5,000. Then that's how I bid. Also, your space becomes attention. Everybody sees, so you are actually selling attention only. But now I learned you need to sell SEO ranking. Was so good that one. Okay lah. Take note. So I think So I think they summarize it pretty well.
Yeah, so if you see the common trait that they sell here, right here, they are all personal IP very successful. So that's why they are who they are, and they can make money easier lah. Because once you have reached that stage, right, money comes in easier than what you are going through right now. So put some time to build it. If you want to know how to build it, right, learn from Pinn Yang lah. Pinn Yang, ChatGPT can teach you.
But to add on, right, I would suggest not to do it for money first.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you do it for money, right, then you let the market dictate what you want to say, right? Then when you got money already, you don't want to do it, right? You see, rich people keep doing, cannot stop one. It's not like you got no money, right? Obviously, right? So, but you see, his passion is even, I would say, more than compared when he started the blog. And this is unstoppable. Imagine last time, no money, no tech, right? A lot of restriction for him to publish his stuff. Now with all the money in the world, right? Sleep only, he need to sleep, too bad. So I think that is where I would encourage you to start with. Because when you put your hobby and passion out, right, you find resonance in the market, then only they will come to you.
A balance between both. Yeah. So do we have the next question? All right. So we go here first, then after you.
Hi, good morning. Thank you, the four gentlemen, for the insightful sharing. So my name is Derek. So just one general question. People nowadays are like working hard, like with the aim of to retire earlier. So like some of them, they aim 50 or even 45. So first of all, first question is, do you agree with this kind of mindset? And second, probably, would you mind to share what is your aim of like at what age do you plan to retire? Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, correct. You want to go first? I think you want.
Honestly, the answer I'm gonna give is something that you would expect, but then again, it's not by the playbook. Honestly, I think I can't speak on behalf of the gentlemen here, but I think we are all more than capable of retiring anytime we want and not doing and continuing. In fact, I can. So, short answer to that is I don't think I'll retire until I die, if that makes sense, right? Long answer. This was when I realized, 2 years ago, I went on a proposal trip with my wife, Japan, November 2023, right? So this was my first adult big boy of foreign trip at 28 years old. I never had any big, overseas trip. That was my first one. So got me money already, right? 12 days, 11 nights at Japan, okay, not bad, right? 4 days in, right, I'm bored already. I mean, Disneyland, whatever is great, right? Tokyo, whatever, Kyoto is great, right? Then my mind goes back to, from shutdown, from work, goes back to, this problem, how to solve? Then it goes back to like demographics, to understanding what people in different culture wants already. Then it goes back to the culture, it goes back to the laptop. I just write down every single thing I learned about the Japanese culture, how they can be so successful in terms of their technology, but their economy is still not growing. Then it becomes a content. I text my producer, hey guys, I think this one is very good to cover. So to me, I'm like Pinn Yang, I think it's a lot about the passion. Well, passion is a big word that people throw around, right? No money also, passion can go down the drain, right? So this, it fits me and my employee and, personal ego, whatever you call it, satisfaction, personal achievement as well. So as long as it drives me, It keeps me sane. You know, I can still go to gym. I can still work out, eat well, everything. My employees are happy. I see people around me growing. I can spend time with my friends, families, right? As long as we don't cross that line, right? I don't think there is a need for retirement. And my answer might change. Today I'm at 30, right? My answer at 45, 40 might change, right? But I get why a lot of fresh grads are aiming for retirement early, 30 years old, 35 years old. 月入过万 by 25 years old. It makes sense, right? Because they haven't seen the other side of the coin, where you already build a system, problem solving. Once you build a system that makes money from you, you will get addicted, man. It's another kind of drug. It's not about the money, it's the system that not just fits you, but fits your employee as well. And when it fits your employee, it fits their ecosystem, their parents, their siblings, their spouses, their family members, right? And then it's not just money, it's their career growth, it's their life and their surroundings life. So all these are very, I would say, it's very humanitarian. It touches the human touch to me, right? Because money can only buy you material stuff, well, and services and time, whatever. But the other side of our human inner craves for the human touch, the emotional support, the emotional achievement side of things. So, and that can only happen when you see people grow, you help people, and you share not just money, but the joy and the time together as well. Hope it answers.
All right, so gentlemen, any one of you would like to add on? I think what you are looking for is not retirement, looking for freedom. Yes, when you have the freedom, you can still go to work.
But that's the part that I
Happily.
was thinking about, like I'm not very that, I'm like probably 1 year older than Ziad, right? 31. So I was just thinking to
Oh, now
myself,
flexing age now, is it?
Shall
What, I must take out my IC now, is it?
well, I was thinking about this on my way to this session today, actually. Just asking myself, look at me, I don't like to buy anything fancy. I just buy things that I genuinely like. And honestly speaking, there's really not much money to begin with. I'm not looking to buy a Rolls Royce, right? That is not in my pipeline. The things that I want in life are very simple. I want to have flexibility. I want to have the freedom of doing what I want to do at any given point of time. Then you reflect back on actually the entire game of money comes with having the abundance of time constraint, right? If you are required to show up in office every single day, then obviously you're going to lock in indefinite. And the amount of money that you spend today on everything that you do in life, right, is going to determine how you're going to retire. Because let's just say lifestyle inflation is something that a lot of people will have. The minute you see your paycheck increase, you're like, oh, like Sean always could say, my V cannot drive, meh? A to B, also the same one, right? Why do you need a Ferrari? Yeah, or Honda Civic. Why do you need that lifestyle inflation? Then similarly, last time you eat gardenia, now you need croissant. It's also a bread, right? Not much difference in that sense. So I think the lifestyle inflation, if you don't factor that into your life, in order for you to actually retire, honestly speaking, you just need to rework the math. How much do I spend on a monthly basis? And then how much money do I actually need to have in order to put into a fixed deposit or something that is more guaranteed? So our EPF fund is actually pretty good across the world, right? We have a fixed return anyways. FD is also pretty decent. So let's just say if you need about fix. So let's just say if you need 20,000 a month to survive, right? Then you need to work towards that 5 million range in order to kind of rework the math. So I think it boils back down to what type of lifestyle you want to live in the future. And retirement comes from proper planning upfront today, rather than thinking about just, I want to retire on freedom. But it just takes proper planning right now. I just want to live this type of lifestyle. This is what I want. And then you rework the math.
So Sean, I know.
Thank you. I only hear you don't like your job. So if you really like what you do, right, why stop? Because we are all going to live until 100 one. You stop at 30, do what? You measure every inch in the house, is it? I seriously don't know. So you will then look for things to do already, right? So what is hobby? Hobby is you spend money and go and do what you like. So now he still spend money go and play pickleball, right? To a level where people now pay him money to play pickleball, then what is it called? A new business for him. Then you got PY bets and things like that. I'm sure got one, right? But that's where I'm going with. So instead, right, now if you can just handbrake on your lifestyle expansion, look for what drives you internally first. That's why I want to start with do what you like first, share what you like. Then I used to pay agents money so I can market their property for them. This is $200, go eat something good, give me 2 hours. Oh, then I go and tell them, oh, this property you can buy, wow, so good, so good, so good. Then I need to pay him that flirt. Then no commission one, until today, 0 commission. But that's what I like. So now you see the host trying to shut me down because I talk too much about property. Non-stop one, once you, okay, I say any. But then you get my point, right? You like, chuk, chuk. Then I like, straight away, will straight away open one. That's what I like doing. You see, quiet, right? You just on right, non-stop one. Same, right? So if you can do that while getting paid, so it's, I always have this analogy. Will it be okay if I pay you 20,000 to work in a toll booth?
Is-
Toll booth.
Oh, toll booth.
Okay, 60%. 60%. Weh, mana 60%? Weh, tak ada duit lah. Janganlah.
No. We just do a survey lah. A show of hand, who would want to sit in the toll
Yeah.
booth?
20,000, no?
20,000.
The
Every
first
day,
month you
10
sell
to 10.
Ah.
10 to 10. Toll booth only. Just sit there. No need skill. Just take money only.
So
20,000.
So that example, right? Suddenly you will understand like it's the work that you do. Money is a product of what you are giving. A lot of people like simple stuff until you're at 20,000, right? Okay, this month I can buy car. Next month you buy another car, meh? Maybe another car, whatever lah. Third month another car. Until right, so suddenly it's not the money that you are having scarcity on. It's the time. But you committed. You sold your time to your employee already. 100%. 100%. So it's not about the salary really. But of course, we are talking about beyond survival lah. If you can survive already, right? That should be the next level of pursue. Do something you like every day and people beg you, please take my money and do what you do. That's the beauty.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Sean. I didn't try to shut you down. All right. So the next question.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I would like to give thanks to IGM for organizing the bringing the Avengers of Malaysian content creation space to here. I got my question in 2 parts. The first part is more towards property. The second part is more towards the entrepreneurial mindset. On the property side, I would like to get your opinion. For the future of new launches, do you think there is going to be a drop in supply for projects that are oriented for own stay? Because when I look at on paper, the one that's worth buying is those that are geared up for investment. And worst case, I can move in. But that for own stay is only that because I like it. But on paper, it does not seem like a sensible decision. So do you think developers going forward are not really going to cater to the own stay market? Because right now, a lot of people are choosing to rent. Like Sean, you always say that rent where you live and buy where you invest. So do you think property developers are going to cater to that? And why do you think otherwise? The second question I'd like to get Ziad and opinion on is, you guys look like very successful gentlemen, and you guys are. But I'd like for you guys to share on who are the people that supported you to get to here, right? What would maybe it's a family member, friend, uncle, or mentor that inspire you and support you through the hard times to bring you here today. Thank you.
Okay, so for property, that segment is the fun segment. Okay, it's only that you don't see a lot of properties being marketed on the street for 3 million to 5 million. Right? It's the same concept of how people sell Rolls Royce. Right? You don't see ads for Rolls Royce. Right? Where do you see Rolls Royce ads? In a jet exhibition. Okay, so I always blame myself for this. You haven't seen the ads because in your conscious, you don't know you can buy yet. If you're in search of a dream home level already, right? At 2 million, a lot of people write to me and say, every time I talk about this, right, everybody think I'm snobbish. It's not my money, it's my audience money. Bro, I got 30 million. Tell me something at 8 million that I can buy. The trouble is, there's not many good projects at 8 million. To my surprise. I thought 8 million confirm cao good lah, right? The toilet bowl also go, right? Not really. So, for developers, then at that level of own stay one, because there's no financial consequences of buying it, it becomes a playground of designing what you really, really want to pay for, right? Why must I have a lake in front of your house, right? But I beautify it so every morning you wake up, I got birds, right? You pay for that, ma? But actually it's a house, ma? But when you do all this, that's the fun part, because I don't have to justify ROI, I don't have to justify market, demographic, highway. You like, you buy. Just that we are not in that market. But when I promote this kind of thing, like we are going to see the Seremban one, also IJM one. Seremban bungalow 4 million hilltop. Then when people buy, uncle, you buy, you stay yourself lah. No lah, put there lah. So like we always talk about own stay and investment for function. There's two more: flex and collection, and trophy. Right? You see that one, the highest top or everything in Seremban, the highest one, that one my one. The other one is trophy lah. It's like a moment where I know I can afford, but it's somewhat rude to say this out loud because not many. This is like the T5s and the T3s. Not popular to say. So there are a lot. Like I would argue all the own stay semi-Ds and bungalows here. You look at rental, man. You buy a bungalow, look at rental, man. It's like buying a Ferrari thinking about petrol price so high. Oh, expensive, full tank. No, ma, you won't ask this kind of thing, ma. Yeah, entrepreneur.
Okay, so next question.
That one I don't talk.
So, Pinn Yang start first.
Along the way, I co-founded my business with my that time girlfriend and brother. So very family. I have to make sure I take care both sides. Last time when I first started, quite hard to do one because one side is family, one side is girlfriend, future family. Yes. So the worst part is both of them quarrel. I'm in between. Sometimes my girlfriend that time cried. Oh, very hard. But they were the best backbone of the business because we can talk about business all day last time. But now we maintain very healthy relationship. We only talk about work when we are working lah. Yeah. Then another one will be, of course, our parents lah. We don't have luxuries to start a business, but we can only do a side hustle level at that time. Everybody, we should do side hustle. I love side hustle. Then I remember sharing the joy at living room to my mom that time. My side is making a few ringgit already. Wow, she was genuinely happy for me. Then I told her one day this is gonna be big lah. So she still jokingly say to me, you still remember at that time you were saying things like that. So there wasn't a point where they doubt at my business, even side hustle. So very fortunate. Along the way, my family member are very supportive, and entrepreneur in Malaysia. So every single time I love to talk to people and learn from them. And I got invested by Brian from Loop Holding, T-Life owner, back in, I think 3 years ago. So I can learn from many people. So every single time I go to event like this, I take the opportunity to learn from people lah. So anytime I struggle in certain thing, managing people, I will straight away ask, how do I do this? Straight away ask. Then a lot of people has different insights. Then I learn from different industry as well. That's how I do it.
Thank you so much, Pinn Yang, for the heartwarming sharing. So, Ziad?
Okay. To me, I guess I split it in two parts, right? The early upbringing part of myself, right? I think that's always, probably for most people as well, it's my parents. They taught me hard work, slog 10, 12 hours a day, but still earn like very minimum wage. But they also show me that Magnum, Toto 40 and gambling can destroy families. So that's the part that I went through, and Genting as well. Right. Hence why I'm creating financial education literacy content right now. Hugely inspired by that. Well, not inspired, but it's a spin-off from that. So that's first part. But second part, when it comes to answer your question directly, entrepreneurial side things or whatever, content creator, whatever that, right? It's my wife. Then girlfriend, my wife, right? I mean, it's a boring answer, right? But we have dated for 7 years before we got married on the 7th year. Now 8 years already. Really, it's when this whole thing hasn't even conceptualized, no employee, no brands, no IP, people don't even know you, people laugh at what you are creating, like you cannot even talk in front of camera. I'm like an introvert back then. Now, well, I guess I think I'm an introvert, but then my MBTI is EASTJ, so I don't know, maybe that's inaccurate. But so when there was nothing, there was one person that is always clinging, that always believed. I was fat, I was obese, not even overweight. I was obese. I had very little friends. Well, when you say financial and business knowledge, zero, like it's totally zero. So when you are at ground zero, that to me, that someone that supported me a lot was my wife. Not financially or whatever, but more emotionally, that you can do this. Because, and I feel bad saying this, right? Sometimes at days, back then in 2020 terms, when this YouTube thing wasn't making money, and then I was also working at YTL, right? That was my first day job and the only day job. Then I was also working part-time as an Instagram page manager for a US company. I found it through online social Fiverr, Upwork, through Upwork. And then I was also editing video freelance for a Malaysian company. Then I was also doing scripting and editing and thumbnail, whatever, for my YouTube. So 4 jobs, right? So 4 jobs. I try to finish my, because back then MCO, 3 o'clock, can finish work already. Then jump onto my side hustle already. But still, it required a lot of hours. And I always tell my wife, like, a lot of days for like months straight, right? Not every single day lah. There will be months where it's so time crunching. I have to write down my timetable every 30 minutes. This time to this time, do what for myself. And I also I can foresee like certain times back then when there are certain things that I need to accomplish within a few days, right? Like let's say a video need to complete, right? Sorry, darling, don't talk to me for 2 days. That's basically what I told her. We don't even talk for 2 days. Don't even ask me to eat. Don't even ask me to, wash my laundry or whatever. Don't talk to me for 2 days. And I already prep her up front. Next week, Tuesday and Wednesday, I cannot talk. Because really, I don't have time for any BS. I just have to get it done for 4 different clients, right? The 4th client is myself, right? But the future myself is the 4th client. About 4 clients at the same time, it's a lot to go through. And you got only so minimal hours in a day, right? And you need to sleep. So that time was like so crunching. 2:30 a.m., finish work, and I have to wake up at 6 a.m. to continue and start my day job and stuff. So that I can finish earlier to jump on the side hustle. So my wife was the rock. And is still the rock until today. Because when, last year we had a little bit of HR crisis where we hired the wrong people, some internal struggles and things like that, right? It all sorted out already. But then who was there and believed in you, right? Because when your employees or ex-employees always criticize, you don't have direction, you don't even know what to do. But who's wearing the Rolex now, right? But only, only your wife knows what you go through 5 years ago. Only my wife knows what I went through, right? So even until today, there are days where I doubt myself. Am I even an entrepreneur? I ask myself all the time. Am I just a overrated finance content creator? That's all. That can maybe speak slightly better English and likes research. That's all, right? But when I took a step back and when she looked at it and she knows when I'm down, she knows when I'm doubting myself. Hey, who taught you to build a team of 10 now? Who taught you to, spin off from that and now making meals on it, right? It's not easy, but then someone was there all the time. It's my wife.
So choosing the right partner is very important, not only for your life, but also in business.
Yeah. Proposal video.
Yeah, hard-earned
Next, I'd
Rolex.
like to say.
Hard-earned Rolex because he did not talk to his wife for days in order for him to make it. Now, we have time for, so one more question here.
Hi, my name is Justin. So actually I have 2 questions. The first question I think is better to be addressed to Pinn Yang, since he has no properties in his prospectus that's owned by his company. But under him, I don't know, maybe. So the first question is about media, all right? So for media industry, I'm curious, is it actually a zero-sum game, whereby if you are getting a sponsorship, for example, is it in detrimental of other media creators as well to get the same sponsorship? And since it's very easy to get into media, the threshold is very low. Everyone can create an account. Everyone can post videos. So would it be a threat to your business since it's filing prospectus in Bursa already to get listed? So how do you ensure sustainability? How do you navigate through this? Maybe I'll continue with the next question.
I think in social media world, media is not zero-sum game. Because the marketing budget for a brand is a lot, right? It's not that they spend an A, then all the content creator loses the opportunity to talk about the property or to advertise property. In fact, the current category right now, the trend right now is you cannot rely on just one person or one publisher to talk about a certain thing. Because in noisy digital world, you need more people. That's why seeding is very important for certain brand. You need publisher comes together with content creator. So that's one. So it creates more opportunity, even though the barrier of entry is very low for us, especially in my niche. Food is lower. Financial property, you need really knowledge, right? That's why we haven't really tapped into that niche. We only tap into homey, our property side. But it creates more opportunity. So right now, as a company level, we try to make one step ahead. We gather all the content creator, we gather all the media publisher, and then we present to our client, say IJM, say Petronas, for example. So we gather everybody. We do the content planning for them. So create win-win situation for food creator as well. We need more people. In fact, not enough. More people create more good content for brand, it will be more beneficial for our client as well. So we don't see that as the threat, we see that as an opportunity.
So
more
does
and
that
more needed.
answer your question?
So second question is regarding properties. So as a young person starting out in the society, just started my first work, my girlfriend has been pressuring me a lot. I mean, as in she wanted. Oh, no, unfortunately she's sick. She was supposed to be here. She was supposed to be here. So yeah. So actually, she wanted to invest in properties lah, because it's stable, right? For her perspective. So, but from my perspective, because I grew up in a business family, my parents teaches me to use the money to actually start your business, right? And I also have a lot of side hustles lah. So from my perspective, I do not want to actually put a huge a huge upfront in property. But I saw some of Sean's video. He mentioned that you can actually generate positive cash flow out of properties investment. But what is actually the chance? I mean, as in is it 100% guaranteed that you get a good spot? Then you will be. I mean, as in what is the ratio that you can actually? Is it like a good property developer, a good property, like good project? You can definitely gain from it. Like, what are the things that you have to maybe look out for before actually buying a property? And okay,
got it.
I have a follow-up question as well.
Okay. So 4 different buying channels in Malaysia. You buy new, buy sub-sale, buy auction, buy bulk purchase, right? Which one determines whether you need a lot of capital or not? And whether that capital is a lot or not also depends on whether you reach or not. Okay, so at this stage, you want 0. So this is Malaysia's context right now for young people. You all expect what is a good deal for you all, right? Not only I don't put in money. When I buy property, I get 20% cashback. I got rental cover installment, free cabinet, free whatever, right? SPA, free MOT, free touch and go, free umbrella, right? Until everything, I still want certainty that it can be rented out. That's why a lot of people fall into scams, right? With that expectation, you guys are perfect praise for people to sell you things. So after you acknowledge that, now if you go into, we just did because in the makeover guys, we have all the rental rates one. Then it falls back to knowledge. Like if I tell you, M Vertica, where people call it Kowloon of Cheras, right? Terrible, horrible architecture, who will stay there, right? If you buy at today, renovate and you rent out, right? Every unit extra 1,000 after minus maintenance and installment. But I don't like. So then it comes to a personal preference into the twist, which makes it very, very terrible. That's why for early stage people, I would suggest to go into stocks because no emotion one, right? Well, good. So it's less, because emotions, right, is why your girlfriend is interested, right? Stable. Where got nothing is stable one now. But that is the fuel for capital appreciation actually, right? Guarantee is a very, very taboo word, but I will go with certainty. The risk, why you need to settle for new properties when I know sub-sale can make money. I know sub-sale is more cheaper compared to the new one, but I need to buy the new one. Why? No money ma. So it's not even an option to begin with. Okay? So when you buy, therefore you need to compromise on returns a little bit more. But there's a lot more nuances to it. I'm just shortening it. But why don't do both? Everybody thought like I'm property and property only. I'm buying using credit. You get what I mean? And clearly, you know for like, let's say the sub-sale one, next door is renting higher than my installment already. The only thing that is whether you want to pull the trigger or not. But the terrible characteristic of property is exit. Very hard to sell. Even if you, confirm we sign the paper, 7 months later only you see the money into your bank account. A lot of people, 7 months, 7 months is like one crypto cycle already, right? So a lot of people don't like that. That's why I will only tell youngsters to get into property investment when you are ready. Ready financially, ready mentally. Because eventually, if you make a lot of money already, by 55, you still come and look for me one. I got 20 million now, I want to buy a dream home. Where do I buy? So when you are starting, I would prioritize flexibility first, right? Then only stick to investment that you are comfortable inside out. You get what I mean? Yeah.
Thank you so much, Sean, for that. And from a girl's point of view, when a girl is pressuring you to buy a house, right, she might mean something else. You better sort that out. You better sort that out first. So I believe you have a follow-up question.
Yeah, just one more question. I think most of your videos, you're advocating for residential houses. But I think, as Jean has also pointed out, right, commercial units, actually, you can have more bargaining power with the tenant, as in they're actually generating money from the property, right? So is there any like projects, or is there any chance, I mean, aside from places like outside of KL lah, maybe in Ipoh, in other places, you can probably buy a shop lot for maybe 200,000-300,000. But I mean, to rent out is another issue. So for like places that would have demand, would have a higher certainty of demand, is there any chance or any point of entry for people who are starting out like us, maybe like 3, 4, 500,000 shop commercial units?
The goal of investment is not to buy the cheapest, it's to buy money-making ones. And property prices is dictated by market. And when the market dictates it's 300,000, sure got reason one, right? So would I want to buy a 10 million shop lot in SS2 that guarantees 38,000 rent? Or I want to go for a 300,000 unit in Ipoh where I need to pray whether got tenant or not, right? So if you are considering for an own use point of view, may I recommend rent? Because if you are still asking this kind of question from a business point of view, you are not ready. So let's not wear the tie because you haven't wear your shirt yet. You get what I mean? So I would suggest until your business is ready already, now, wow, I got this profit, 500,000 in the bank, and inflation is 11% a year, I don't do something with it, next year no more value already. Let's go buy property. Then you will understand what I'm trying to say. Because if you're just crunching, right, compromising elements of functionality in your business to get a property, may I suggest not. Because what if the property 6 months can rent out? What if it's like Gamuda, the Kota Kemuning, 12 years empty?
15 years.
Oh, no lah.
You said 15 years
Give
just
face
now.
a bit lah.
You have to,
Yeah.
keep
so,
it out.
So can you stomach that risk? But why, like the amazing thing that a lot of people don't notice is, even it was empty for 12 to 15 years, not many auction unit one. That's the fascinating part of it. Because for people who buy shop lots, is to diversify their accounts. It was never to make money in the first place. Yeah, you get what I mean? So if you are thinking about low entry into a shop lot, you're asking the wrong questions already. And that's the shop lot game. Like, let's say I really want to buy a shop lot one, right? 轮不到你 How people, like, they will need to be real good sub-sale deals for shop lots happens underground one. Because this owner wants to sell, right? You don't see a lot of ads on iProperty, Property Guru one. And how people are doing it, let's say he's an agent, I give him 10,000 first as a check. I am interested one. Or like, if not, I got no time to play with you, right? Because fluctuating one. My dad owns a shop lot in Bukit Tinggi, Klang. Every day the agent sit outside one. Uncle, I pay my. You want to sell or not? You want to sell or not? Then he call me, what should I sell? How much you bought? Okay, 1.7 Sure or not 1.7? So the problem of property ownership now is once I sell, the fear is I cannot buy back anything similar. That's why nobody dare to sell. So everybody wants to buy. People confirm make money next to Aeon You get my point. But then in Kappa, 5 minutes down the road, 300,000-400,000, no people want.
All right. So thank you so much, Sean, for that. Jin, you want to add on? Because this uncle has been raising his hand for a few times. So the last question will go to him.
My question is directed at Sean, the property expert. It is a bit futuristic in nature. Because recently we read in the news that Malaysia will be turning into an aging society in the not too distant future. So how would it affect the demand for property?
Okay, the Age wrote about it, and I was crazy, but very good. Malaysian will peak, population will peak in 2059. Means older folks haven't gone yet, but a lot of babies still come in. So we all will peak at 2059, which is like how long? 24 years later. Okay, so where are all these people going to live in? If given a choice, everybody wants to live in Klang Valley, for convenience sake, right? The shrinking population also means family size shrinking. Means mega mansions like those houses with 7 houses, 7 rooms, 12 bathrooms, all won't be valid anymore, in my opinion, right? So what's the strategy moving forward then? If we look into Tokyo, Kyoto, Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, or Phnom Penh, Bangkok, right? Property prices, are they aged in population-wise? They are way older than Malaysia. But you don't even talk about owning a property in those locations. Like Taipei, you don't even talk about owning anymore. Renting is already a trouble. So, I will put my money there lah. I will put my money in locations within city center for convenience. Then for me, I want to retire. That's why I will buy my retirement home when I'm 45, because everybody will be clearing stock. So I see as living in your dream home far away from the city, it needs to be healthy from a time currency point of view, not money currency point of view. I can afford to stay far. So either your business super good or you sold already, you don't need to work anymore. So suburbs, mega mansions, all will drop in prices. Small boutique like hotels, like last time, 1,000 square feet, where got humans can stay 1,000, so kasian. My dog stay better. Exact, my relative told me this. Well, you stay, yo, kasian, your sick kid need to stay in the rental house smaller than my living room. It's 900 square feet. Yeah, so it's all perspective. Until now, you look into the trend, it's all 450 square feet. Doing very, very well in rental. We also see a trend in downsizing. A lot of people don't want to get married, That gentleman here, you are going to lah. If they don't want to get married, then why do they need a landed house? No need already. I just need high rises with 6 car park lots. Because imagine one person earn 15,000, another person earn 18,000. Joint income 33,000, right? No kids, right? Where are they going to spend the money? Confirm house first, So if you look into Mont Kiara or the latest one, like I just went Olivia, like the Mint, right? 2,000 square feet, 3 bedroom only. At the same context, 3 bedrooms also can be fitted in a 750 square feet one. You get what I mean? Family size is smaller, yes, confirm. But doesn't mean expenditure is smaller. More people got more money. Okay, since you asked, right, I think I can resonate with you. I promise last one. So in SS2, in Taman Mega, what we found out in research is high-rise prices are higher than terrace houses. A lot of people sell their landed terrace houses to move into an apartment. Crazy, siao, who want to sell the landed? Because every day kena rompak one. By 50, you deserve a gym lah, right? You deserve a swimming pool, a place for your pet, got pet gym one, right? So, you see, now we spend more money on pets already because no kids, In my opinion, population, is it shrinking? Yes. Doesn't mean property prices is going down. Because it's proven again, it's not. Only mega mansions and big houses far away from a location that is not convenient. But regardless, that one booming or not, right, you got no chance one. So, like I always say about this, like when in a good property market, terrible investment still remains terrible one. Not like water, good, the tide rises, all boat floats, right? Your boat got whole one. Cannot save one. Yeah. So that's my point, right? It's good that we follow data. That's why I've been doing a lot of data lately. But ultimately, this is a crystallization of that concept. Last time here was far, right? You ask a lot of people, where you stay, Rimbayu? Far. 1 million already, far. We would have never thought, right? Next to Taman Sri Banjir is a 1 million house, Link House. That is literally a millionaire. True.
Sorry, it's multi.
Multi, yeah. Well, only the property. I don't know how much he got, He's good. So I think that's a very convenient excuse for youngsters to use to not buy properties. A lot of youngsters tell you they don't want, right? Because they want to play pickleball. They want to buy things that makes them alive. So there's this concept that I just came about. You know the lipstick effect? There's a correlation of lipstick sales to market crashes. Why lipstick? Because they still want to pay some money to make themselves feel good, but cannot buy the bag, cannot buy the belt. So, who haven't lah, right? Prawn also can, you cannot buy the fish, right? Just buy lipstick, lor. It's almost like, I cannot buy a house, I cannot buy a car. What you want me to buy? Bubu, at least I got 3,000 here, lor. And we laugh, right? Because we are in that range, right? All laugh also. I know what age you are already. So that's how the money is getting tightened. That's why when youngsters say they cannot buy a house, right? It's not they cannot, but just that they are not willing to pull that trigger to fall into that commitment. And that commitment is getting bigger. You get what I mean? So yes, population is a thing, but not really for property.
Okay. Does that answer your question, Uncle? All right. Thank you so much, Sean. It's okay. You don't need to be ashamed of your labubu. You don't have to hide it. Thank you so much to our panels. Now, that was indeed a rich and riveting session. Now